One of the hottest deals mentioned in last week's eShop deals video was a game called Mighty Goose. It's currently still half off on the eShop and is out on other platforms. In today's video, I'm going to take a deep dive into what the game is about and give you my thoughts on this really awesome game. So you better hang on, make sure to subscribe to the channel, so I'll give you the rundown on Mighty Goose. So just before we dive in, I was given a code for this game for purposes of review, and of course opinions are always my own, but Mighty Goose is actually a game I've played before. The version I'm covering today is the Nintendo Switch version, but really this review can be applied towards any version of the game. With that out of the way, let's dive into what Mighty Goose is about. And you might ask, what is Mighty Goose? Well, it is a over-the-top run-and-gun game that takes a heck of a lot of inspiration from the Metal Slug series. You're able to blast away enemies with a variety of power-ups, like a machine gun or rocket launcher, but you're also able to get into a variety of vehicles, just like the Metal Slug series. The game has you going through stages via a world map, which means you can also replay previous stages if you wish. In between missions, you're able to adjust your abilities in the armory, as well as choose companions to accompany you on missions. Oh, and I kinda forgot to mention one thing. You're a goose. It's kinda hilarious as you're this big warrior goose who randomly honks as you play. It's pretty silly, but I love it. In addition to all these weapons, upgrades, and machines, our dear Goose has one more ability to turn into a temporary mighty form, where he gains invincibility and is able to ramp up its own attack power. This can be great to take out a bunch of tough enemies really quickly, or deal a bunch of damage to a boss, or just save you from a potential death. Graphics wise, Mighty Goose is a treat with all its explosions, classes, and chaos going on in its highly stylized pixel levels. It is a bit intense, so if you're a bit sensitive to flashes or quick screen movements, just know that the game does have some accessibility options that make it easier on the player, which is great that they thought of that. Oh, and I have to say, the music is great too. It reminds me a bit of something akin to Sonic CD, that synth rock, funky music style. It really fits the game style of something that you expect, I guess, from something from the 90s. I mean, not everyone's gonna like it, but it is different from the typical rock music you see from these types of games. I mean, it works really well. That's my opinion. I think it's great. But that aside, is it fun? And you bet your beak, yes it is fun. It is a freaking blast. If you really love run-and-gun games, I'm going to mention it again, the Metal Slug series, and the like, you're absolutely going to love this game. It's great, and one I highly recommend. I loved it when I played it in the past, and I love it now. Even with that praise, there is a couple of things that players need to be aware of. One, it is a classic style game, and you will die in the game. Luckily, checkpoints are pretty fair, and you're able to hop back in very quickly without much progress lost. If you die repeatedly in the game does try to help you out a bit by giving you some weapons to help boost you through. It'll kick you around a little bit when you first start the game out, but I don't think it's that bad compared to other games of this style. Guess what I'm getting at is, it's going to kick you a little bit, and there is some challenge in this game, but it's not too hard. The other thing to be aware of is it does get chaotic, sometimes too chaotic. And what I mean by that is sometimes you just don't realize you're getting tagged by enemies or about to get hit by an enemy with so much going on. I love the chaos, but sometimes your character gets a little lost in the sauce, if you know what I mean. Regardless, I still think this is worth getting absolutely. It is fun as heck. And again, this is currently on sale on the Nintendo Switch eShop for $9.99, half off until April 28th, which I think is an excellent price to pick this game up at. And if you're watching this in the future, it is $19.99 MSRP, which is still a great price to pick this game up at. So if you missed the sale, it's still a worthy buy at that price. Anyway, that's all I have. Just wanted to share some thoughts and show off some more gameplay of this awesome game on the Switch. That is, again, on sale on the eShop. Again, the publisher provided me with a code for the game, but like I already said, already loved it prior, and of course I still love it after playing the Switch version. Anyway, if you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not yet a subscriber, then make sure to slap that subscriber button so you never miss out on any of the videos that go live each and every week on the channel. For those that are curious, I do have a reviews playlist, which you can check out, and that playlist includes another review I did earlier this week, Star Wars The Force Unleashed on the Switch. If you haven't seen it yet, go check that review out. But that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you.